But really, I've watched your work and how you have progressed, and I know that there's so much behind, the finished work people are looking at today, and I want to, tap into that journey to becoming and how you have created this whole um, golf empire you are working on right now. So, first of all, Cheryl, welcome. You don't look a day older than 25, if I must say my yes, so Cheryl is you are 17 years living in Marbella. That's really amazing, and you are the director of Physio Golf Marbella. Thank you so much for sharing your time. And first of all, I want to ask, I know that you are from Italy. So, what's your journey? How did you transition from Italy to Marbella, and you've been here for a long time? What's this movement like?
Well, I've always been a businesswoman. I couldn't work for somebody else's dream. So I just landed in Marbella for a holiday. Where I come from, exactly. Where I come from, I'm very close to the Switzerland border. Marbella is not well promoted as a holiday location.
Right.
We know Torremolinos, Lloret de Mar, Minorca, Formentera, Ibiza a lot, but nothing about Marbella. So I didn't even know where it was in the map.
Ooh.
So I had a boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, and we came here for a holiday. Obviously, as everybody, I got amazed about the weather, the colors. Here, the colors are so bright, so intense. And even if everybody say, "Oh, you're from Italy. Italy is so nice," yeah, but it depends which part of Italy.
Okay, that's good. Okay.
Because yeah, I'm very close to the Alps, so it's often very cold, and the winter are so long, and I'm an outdoor person, so I need to stay outside. So I was really suffering there.
So
And
literally,
so
to holiday to Marbella, it was just holiday that brought you here, and that was it.
yeah, it was just a pure holiday, and I was looking around and say, this can be a nice place where to live. So I came a second time with another look,
Yeah.
just already, and I already noticed how many golf courses there were around in Marbella. At that time, I was a professional volleyball player. I was obviously already a physiotherapist working in a private clinic, and I immediately thought there's a lot of work here because those swings are so violent. I'm sure that there's a lot of injuries around. And I made a research, and there were nobody specialized in golf injuries. So I say, whoa, there's a business that nobody has touched before here. So I came a third time.
The third is always the charm. Yes.
And this time it was with a plan. So my plan was to stay without working for 6 months, just to make a study of the place of Marbella and golf, and be sure that I was taking the right decision, because my work in Italy was really good. And in few months I found a job, so I decided to stay because money weren't a problem anymore.
Right.
And here I am.
Interesting. So you kind of you saw an opportunity. This is the challenge that most of us have. You don't see the opportunity right in front of you. You saw a market that needs to be filled, and you were like, I think I could bring in something, and this is what you did. So let's say now you started that time when you moved here, and you wanted to be that golf coach, or am I right? Or so, what's the challenge that you faced at that time?
Well, when I arrived here, it wasn't easy at all, because I did my steps as everybody. So first of all, I needed to understand how the country was working. So, and I didn't know a word of Spanish. I mean, the most famous one, but I came speaking English. So no Spanish at all. And I could afford just a a studio, one room, and then sometimes I had to share. So there were difficult times, and yeah, I had a job, but I had to be careful about my economy. So it was a big difference because my life in Italy was very comfortable. So I had to start again to build a new life and also to understand the dynamic of this place because, you know, every country has their own way of doing things. And here, as you know, there's a lot of peculiar way of living that you need to know, if not you get crazy. So
You get carried away.
I
Yes.
had to go through that, and so little by little, I thought I had to start to take some golf lessons to understand the biomechanics of golf, and because I was an athlete, it wasn't easy, but it was easier.
Yeah.
So in the 2012, my handicap was low enough to go to Madrid and get my certification. So now I'm like a bridge, you know. So I cure people, I cure golfer, and I teach them how to play in a healthy way.
That's
So
wow.
for me, golf wasn't a sport at all,
Yeah.
and now it's my entire life because golf gives you so many things. Is a sport, okay? So it keeps you fit, but is also very social.
Yeah.
So normally you see old people playing golf not because it's a boring sport, but because you need so much time that young people don't have because they have to work, they have family, and so the majority they cannot have so much spare time. But for old people, it gives a whole life because they stay outside, they enjoy the nature for 4 or 5 hours, and then they stay with friends, they talk, they do trip, they do holidays together.
That's why it's called
And
old people sport, but it's actually not. I mean, yeah.
it's a lifestyle at the end because your wife or your girlfriend, they have to play golf. If not, we have a problem.
Okay.
Holidays are around golf. Your friends are golfers. Just because of this thing of it's so time consuming that you need to put everything together.
Okay, so
So
at what point did you start with ladies and golf? Because I'm jumping your story around, but I'm gonna go back to the core story. But I need to understand at one point, because we're talking about golf, how at one point did you start ladies with golf? And did you focus on say, okay, I only want to focus with women. I want to really focus on really teaching them to play a healthy golf or have healthy golf lifestyle sort of.
yeah, the ladies golf is completely different from male golf because for us it's more social. I mean, I'm competitive, so I'm a little bit in between. But for many ladies, golf is mainly social. So yes, they want to play, but they also want to stay with their friends. They want to talk. They're not really into play a super fantastic golf.
Right.
And also their body is completely different from men. So the way to teach them is completely different, and the brain as well. The way a lady learns is not the same way that a man learns.
Interesting.
So I discovered this through the process, and I decided also to create this ladies golf group because, you know, for a woman, it always comes first the family, the house, the dog, the work.
We put ourselves last, yes.
Yeah, whatever. So, and also they are a little bit shy because golf is still more popular into the man world. So they are a little bit shy just to come at the driving range with the clubs. They just feel a little bit like, can I stay here? So in this group, they meet more ladies with the same passion. So it's so nice when I'm just giving an individual lesson during the week and I see them coming down with their clubs that you know they want to enjoy and hit some balls. So I'm happy because it's going very well.
It's a great niche. Yeah, I have seen what you've done with it. Like at least I'm following it gradually on that lane. And I think it's very beautiful. Yes, you've invited me so many times, and I keep saying I'll come, and I will come. But I also think that it's quite interesting because like we said, Marbella is a place where there's a certain dynamic and how things work and how the social life operates. So let's just, I'm going to go back to your, where you come from Italy. So if you were to be in Italy and the dynamic of Marbella, how the lifestyle is, and when you don't, if you don't understand what I mean as in for our viewers, if you don't understand what I mean about how Marbella lifestyle works, it's very fast and furious. It's fast and furious. If you can get this, this is the picture of Marbella, and it's more of a boom. It's more like like that. I think that's how I can explain it. Honestly, it's a very overly played luxurious lifestyle, more like so. And then you're coming from Italy, you from the Alps, and then you have to make sure that you balance these two. Okay, where you're from and this place. How did you find that balance of saying, okay, I'm not gonna get carried away with the lifestyle here. I'm gonna still find my ground and still pursue what I'm looking after, because I'm always looking at what's the core. How did you get the balance to doing what you love?
How I match with
Yes.
Marbella.
How you match with my bear? How did you do that? I think you do. From your aesthetics, you're working very well. But tell me.
Well, I have to say that professionally, I have a very good background and a very good experience in what I'm doing. So professionally talking, I feel very comfortable here, and I'm happy I'm able to give a very good service to my clients, and this is proved also from the feedback. So I'm in that way I fit
Yeah,
in the.
how do you avoid not getting carried away with the whole lifestyle?
I think it's just because of my lifestyle. You met me. I'm a very genuine person, and as I always think, sport saved me from many wrong ways. So I like to, in the evening, I like to walk my dog and go to bed early because the next day I want to play golf. So, well, yeah, I go to parties sometimes with friends, nothing crazy like opening parties that we are having at the moment.
Yes. Okay, that's interesting because it's very. I think why I asked that question is that people who don't know about how Marbella functions or how this part of life works, as in you can easily get carried away and don't remember why you actually arrived in the first place. Hence why I
Yeah,
asked that question,
exactly.
because
You can get lost here.
exactly. That's why I asked that question, because you had a mission when you were coming. There is an opportunity, and you didn't get carried away, so you stayed focused with your core. Like, this is what I'm after. I want to fill in this gap, that is this market that is not there. And so I'm curious, like, interesting that you're still maintaining your core. It's only a few persons that I've come across that have not lost that track. After you've been here the first 3 months, I tell you, get ready. You are really like,
Yeah, you're right. And I understood what you are saying time ago, because sometimes I was meeting people that maybe I wouldn't see for months, and they were asking me, "Are you still a physio? Are you still a golf teacher?" And I was,
you see the word still, yes.
yeah, and I was, of course I am.
Yeah.
And I couldn't understand this question because, of course, I am. I've studied for this, but I understand that in Marbella you can really get lost. I received so many offers, Clara. You can't imagine, a lot of bling bling things.
Yes.
But I go back to sport. I have a very trained focus. I want to do this. I will fight for this, and I'm on my mission. So in the south of Spain, doing this as a foreigner lady, believe me, it's not easy.
That's another question I have in mind for you, because I wanted to understand, being as in, like you mentioned, golf is not yet like for women. So how is the challenge? Aside from your ladies and golf, what's the challenge? You being a coach or a trainer to some of the men or the men around you. How is it? What's it like?
Well, I still feel that I'm not at the same level as they are. But as I say, because the feedback is very good, I'm succeeding. They leave me the place. I mean, like that, making me a
Okay,
favor.
that's the way. Like, let her do her thing.
Yeah, she's doing something. She doesn't disturb. Let her doing her things.
Okay, okay. So I have to laugh and say she's doing something. Okay, interesting. Yes, but do you feel like you have to? Do you feel like you have to, explain yourself or prove yourself all the time?
Well, I don't want to spend time doing that,
Right.
honestly.
Mm.
I'm just choose my public, so they are my power.
Right.
And who doesn't want to collaborate with me is fine. Everybody's free to decide. But I mean, numbers are talking.
Yeah.
So people like what I'm doing. They follow me. Even my social are very active. It's a lot of job, but nowadays people are there, and I want to spread my word. So it's difficult because you are on your
You're
own,
doing
and
a
I
really
have.
good job, by the way. I wish I had flower here to give you. Take your flower because I see it, honestly. I see and feel the change and the improvement. I know you're a professional, you're great at your job, but I really want to tell you this right now. I'm learning this to really give people their flower. Why I see them. I don't want to say behind your back or something. Girl, take your flower. I see what you're doing. I see the steps. I see the improvement. It's not easy. It's not easy. Algorithm is not our friend at all. So, so you're doing very well. So take your flowers, and I applaud you for what you're doing. So if a lady says now that I'm interested in getting into golf, how can I prepare myself, or what do I have to do to make sure that I balance my work? And because this is the challenge you mentioned there, that is more like a lifestyle. So how can I balance my work and make sure I still have time to play golf and still socialize at the same time, do it in a healthy way?
Well, golf is for everybody, and you choose how much golf you want to play.
Right.
Obviously, the more you practice, the better you become. But there's a lot of ladies that they just enjoy golf during weekend. So you don't have to, like in the gym, go at least 3 times a week.
Right.
I mean, I'm going every day because it's just like eating. It's something that I have to do.
Is your job?
But yeah, I need to look healthy as well. I'm
Yeah.
selling myself every day, so yes. But for you to understand in a few seconds, golf gives you a handicap. So is your level is 0 at the best and 36 at the beginning.
Right.
So these numbers are the extra shot you have in each hole. So the nice thing in golf is that it balances everybody. If you are honest, obviously, if you are playing your handicap, your level of game.
Yeah.
So when you start, you can play with me, and it's something that doesn't happen in other sports. For example, here is very famous paddle as well.
Yeah.
And I don't remember very well the levels, but if you are a 3, a 5 will never play with you because you are like you are a beginner.
Yes. Oh, okay. But golf is like that, so everybody can actually play with everybody, you think? Or would you rather play, not you because you're a coach, but would somebody rather play with someone who is on the same level with them? How does it work?
Well, when you play golf, the real golf is that you play to play better than yesterday, yourself. You are not competing with anybody else. The only thing is that normally beginners, they don't know very well the rules, they are slow, so maybe this is the inconvenience. You can be a high handicap, but if you are fast and you are not dangerous, because you can be dangerous, everybody would love to play with you because at the end we are sharing time together. If you don't disturb my game, doesn't matter which level you are.
Right, great. Well, talking about different levels and tactics of how it works, you actually mentioned in your biography that there's a revolutionary way of teaching. So what's that you are applying today? What do you mean by revolutionary way? I know what it means, grammatically speaking, but a way of teaching golf. What does that mean to you?
Well, because I started teaching golf knowing how the body is moving. So all the movement that I teach, everybody naturally knows them. So you don't need to learn anything new. I will ask you movement that you do in your daily life, and they are absolutely not stressful for your body. And at the end, you are like dancing more than swinging a club. And also, I know how the brain learns. So as soon as I catch which profile you are, I will teach you in a different way because you can be visual, you can learn from hearing things, you can learn from feeling. So I have to touch you. So that is a huge part of the success of my method because every pupil is different. And as I said, the system is so easy that you can join it immediately and you can enjoy the game because normally in the golf world you have to take so many lessons before start to enjoy the game. And we also do golf lesson on the course for beginners. Doesn't matter if you're not able to play yet. I want you to step the golf course because I want you to understand why we do those things at the driving range. And you have to start to learn rules and etiquette that, as I said before, are very important for golf. And this boosts your interest even more.
Okay, etiquette. I love it when you say etiquette because I'm very interested in etiquette about things. I believe that etiquette for literally everything. So I would love to. I'm quite curious about that. What are the etiquettes of playing golf? Is it okay? Can you give us like two? What are two etiquettes of playing golf? For example.
Well, for example, you have to respect the golf course. The golf course is a beautiful garden. So normally we play with the golf bag on a trolley or on a buggy.
Right.
And the buggy can stay in special places. You cannot drive everywhere. That's etiquette.
Okay.
Or for example, we have places called bunkers full of sand.
Yes.
And you cannot leave the rake inside the bunker because the ball could hit the rake and disturb the shot of the player behind you. So the rake has to stay outside. You don't get any penalty,
yeah, but you just something that needs to be.
But it's very unpleasant if it happens to somebody. So
it's just like they say dining etiquette. Nobody, give you penalty for not putting your
at least nowadays some education.
yes, actually. So well, that's interesting. At least I've learned one or two things. Okay. How long do you think it would take for us if I want to get in? I'm quite curious. Sorry, wait 1 second. Natasha,
you have to come with your daughter. You have to come with your daughter.
On Sunday, not this Sunday, but I'm gonna make out time with Olivia to come, definitely.
Or another day.
Golf, there's a lady in the comment travel with Natasha. But I want to know, do you play golf, girl? So because you've been commenting a lot about how it works on your concentration, so that's right? It helps you in focusing or being more. Okay, great. Well, how long would it take me to say, okay, I want to start playing golf now? For how long would I give myself to say I'm more or less okay? Oh, cool.
So you mean to stay on the course on your own?
Yeah, no, with you, for example. If I say, okay, I want to take a course as to become a golfer or to join the ladies and golf. So how long would it take me to say I'm confident enough to say, okay, I'm actually a golfer?
Well, I don't know your abilities, so I don't know if you play other sports.
Yeah, I do play tennis, yes.
Okay. If you play tennis and you practice in between lessons, it could take a month and a half too.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, well, I would say lesson twice a week, and then practice in between.
Wow. Okay, thank you so much. So let's say now somebody in Madrid wants to is interested in playing in having your course or wanting to do something with you. Are you open for opportunities like this, or how do you function? Are you only based in Marbella? Because I understand that you do something with Madrid. I'm not really very sure. So can you elaborate this?
Well, I'm at the moment, because I already have my team at Magna Marbella Golf. I'm able to escape sometimes, so I'm not all the time there. I went to Madrid to because is where I got the certification. So I'm speaking with them about a project to create like a franchising in the future about my method. And in November, with the Andalusian Golf Federation and the University of Physiotherapy of Andalusia, I am very happy that I will organize a course for my colleagues in the University of Malaga about golf and health, because it's very important for them to know about injuries and about a little bit of golf and biomechanics of golf, because the majority of the clients are golfers, and we have a special dictionary, we have special injuries, and if you know how the body is moving during a sport, you cannot understand pain or information from the patient.
Wow.
So, and another thing that I would love to do, I'm organizing, and there will be a deadline, is a golf clinic in Morocco just for ladies.
Wow. I just have goosebumps. Why immerse? As in, when you say golf clinic, what does that mean?
A golf clinic is the full immersion of golf. So I understood that the women, they don't have much time, so I want to create a product that is only a long weekend, so they can arrange the family and the work and the house and the husband for a long weekend, and they can completely relax with me and play golf and talk about lady stuff, and we can also do a great networking. And obviously, I will always put something like in this case the visit to Rabat, which will be the location where we will have the golf clinic. So
Interesting location. Why did you choose Morocco?
because I like challenges.
Yes, quite interesting. Well, I think it sounds really, really good. I asked Natasha if she plays golf. She says yes, and she said, Natasha lives in Madrid, by the way. She says yes, that we would love physio golf in Madrid. She plays, she said, I play with my husband, and he's handicap 25. So, yes. What does that mean? Handicap 25? It's like you're going down on the handicap or what?
Yes, she's improving. Where does she play?
She lives in Madrid, so I don't really know so much. Natasha, would you want to answer that? Hello, Harriet from Sweden. Thank you for joining. Yes. So yes, it's quite interesting. I mean, I will let you know if she answers, unless you can say it yourself as well. If she answers where she plays, I will let you know. But it's quite interesting because there's so many. It's very broad initiative, and you just started with seeing an opportunity, and you went in, and you grab it, and then you start opening all the layers in me.
Exactly,
For
clean
me,
it and clean it.
yes. For me, this is phenomenal because I'm really all about knowing the journey. So let's go back to who is Chiara. How was your growing up like? What was your? I know you say you were a professional volleyball player.
Volleyball.
Yes. So what was your childhood like? How did you come to have interest in sports? What was it like?
Well, as you know, I spent a part of my childhood in Nigeria.
You mentioned, yes. Hey, see my Nigerian boys came out.
So all my friends in the compounds, they were boys. so I had to play football with them. Nobody wanted to play girls' games.
I remember you said your parents were expatriates, right? Or no? Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay, that's interesting. So
Yes,
how
they
old
were
were you when you were in Nigeria?
from when I was four, from 4 to 8 years old. Yeah, so they are quite important
Age.
ages for a young human being.
Yeah.
So I think I had a very strong impression of that time. And I had to fight already to find my niche, to find my space, and to be accepted because nobody wanted to play with me. So I was.
Was it then that you got interested in playing volleyball?
No, it was when I came back to Italy. My parents they had to work, so I had to do anything that my brother was doing. So my brother was doing judo, and I had to join judo. And I didn't like it. And then luckily he started to play volleyball, so I joined the same team, obviously the female team, but I got better than him at the end. And so I really like it, and it teach me a lot. Really, really, I have fantastic memories. But when I started the university, I couldn't follow the trainings because we were training 5 days a week plus the match, so it was impossible because I did the university quite far away from where I was living. So it was sad, but everything has a end. And
What's the background educationally? What did you study? Doesn't matter, but what did you study? What did you do? You studied to be a physiotherapist, or how did you come about? Because there's this.
Well, I've done I've studied the University of Physiotherapy, which are 3 years. 3 years, and then I immediately start to work because I was winning my independency. And then, as I said, I got into a little bit of burnout in my job because unfortunately, when you do something because you love it and you work in the health system, sometimes people are treated like numbers. And I had a little bit of a depression about my job, so I needed a change. And that ex-boyfriend at that time said to me, "Let's go to Marbella."
Oh, and then Marbella snapped it all out. Yes, good decision. It might be ex, but he did one thing good, huh?
Exactly.
So,
At least.
okay. Okay, sorry, I can't help you but say it like that. But it's true. Well, I'm so glad that he brought it to my prayer and you actually saw the opportunity and you took it. But what would you say is at this moment, how would you describe your job, your life in Marbella? What would you say as a woman, as a coach, or you are surrounding yourself with what you love every day? How would you describe your life in a few sentences?
Well, it's a huge satisfaction when you are able to convert your passion into your job. Yeah, is a big personal success, and everybody wants to live in Marbella or at least come for a holiday, and this is my home. So I'm very lucky, but I work a lot for this luck, and it has been very difficult and it's still difficult because when you want to do something on your own and create something new, you need to think a lot to make it work. And also it's very important nowadays how to communicate and reach the niche of people that you want to reach, that you want to communicate with. And nowadays, the communication is, well, there is a lot, so people are very distracted, we can say. But I'm really pleased that you like what I'm doing, because it is a lot of background thinking, and I'm pleased that the message is at least more or less clear.
Please, guys, go check out her platform. It's at Physiogov because you understand what I meant. I have been following you long before the new transformation because I see the new transformation. I know, like, interesting. There's just something different, in the platform, and it's been very intentional. I could sense it, and of course, I've been seeing your work as well on Sundays when you do it with the ladies. So I've been like, oh, interesting. I really love the whole dynamic, the new way of communicating. It's quite good. And me, I must be, I'm telling you, these guys, ladies, please, if you see somebody doing well, can we please, me too, I'm telling myself, can you please give the person their flower? Send them a message and say you are doing very well. It's not easy. It's not easy. This lady is doing amazing. So I'm telling you right now, I don't want to say it behind your back, and I'm saying it over and over again. You are doing freaking well, and I see it, I feel it, and I think it's really amazing. Really, whatever strategy you guys are applying right now, keep it up. It's very, very, like I said. So I want to ask you, what would you do different if you were to go back 1 year ago? What would you do different from where you were and where you are now? To get to where you are now, I would say. Would you have done something different? Knowing what you know now.
Probably I would have taken uh, um, earlier decision. Sometimes I took too much time to decide because of fear. I'm human, and I probably spent too much time in situation that they weren't the right for me, and I knew I had to move on. But sometimes when you carry everything on your shoulders, you need to rest as well. And even physically, I went through difficult times, because
How did you get when I want to? I don't want to pry too much, but I want to pry a little bit. So when you say difficult time, what was it that you're referring to? Is it a personal life or work-wise?
No, it was personal, and don't have any problem to say it, because I'm sure it will help other women that are listening, that maybe they feel in the same situation where I was. I suffer from anxiety. I had a time where I was really scared to get out of the house. I had a lot of things in my head. There was danger everywhere. And I've lost, I'm skinny already, so, but I've lost a lot of weight, and I had a lot of help from good friends. In bad times, you really know who the good friends are. And that was quite a long time, because you can fix an injury, you can fix a couple of extra kilos, but when you have problems in your mind, it takes time. So that also was quite a tough process.
Yeah. You mentioned that you had depression before, and before your ex-boyfriend kind of say, okay, let's go to Marbella, and then you moved, and then in between your move, perhaps, I don't know, I'm trying to fill in this, your life, but in between that you had anxiety. What do you think that triggered it? Did you think you ever got over, the depression, or you ever healed from it? And then what do you think that triggered the anxiety? Was it fear of the work or something, a decision that you have to make or something?
Well, I think that positive or negative aspects are welcome, because they teach you something, and if you wanna succeed, it won't be the easiest way.
Yes.
So you have to accept that you will have like a roller coaster And maybe the first time you go through a difficult time is the worst, and then you recognize already some signals that something wrong is coming, and you already know it, and you just, I mean, normally I just take some time for myself when I say that the storm is coming, because the body is really a miracle. He knows everything.
Yeah.
So when you get depressed or when you get fear, it's because you are in the wrong situation or because you have to take action.
Yes.
So it is nothing wrong. It is wrong if you stay there.
No, that's the thing. Like all of us suffer from one thing or the other. There's something that scares the shit out of us somehow, and some of us don't get to admit it, but it is the reality of life. But I really want to understand because, like you say, someone out there might really pick up like, wow, after everything you've been through, you found your way to still do what you love, and you said something you derive satisfaction. That's the word you use in where you are at right now and how you feel about your work. Satisfaction, your passion, and it becomes a job and something you're living on. So imagine that after you went through the anxiety, depression, anxiety, and then you find it's not a label, just like something that most of us go through. But then how did you snap out of it? What snapped you out of it? Or what did you do? What was the technique? Did you use the therapy? I know you mentioned friends, but what was it specifically that really helped you?
Well, yes. My biggest help was my dog.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. How?
Because I had to walk him, so I had to get out from the house.
Yes.
So I always say that he saved me. He's my angel. And also, yes, I asked the help to a therapist, and it was really good. It was an online helping.
Yeah.
And I did all my homeworks because I hated to be in that situation. I didn't recognize myself, so I did all to get out from there. So as I said, when it happened again, then you recognize the situation and it's not so deep or so dark as it was.
Amazing. Well, thank you for that. Thank you for sharing this. It means so much. And thinking about a dog is really a brilliant idea because you are obliged to take that dog for a walk. You can't let him stay inside the house. So thank him. And thank you for also snapping out of it, and moving forward. But you use the word satisfaction. Would you say you're happy? Because I've heard, I think it was Taraji that I saw interview that she mentioned she's not been happy for a very long time. Would you say you are happy? Because I'm beginning to ask people, how are you? Not how are you? It's like, how are you? Like, really, how are you? So, how are you? Because I know you're into sports and you go out every day, but are you really happy?
Well, I would say yes. I'm really satisfied, and as you know, I had to sacrifice many things to reach this goal that we is not the end. It's still developing. But I mean, I know that, for example, you sometimes you would like to stay with your daughter, but you need maybe to do this interview like you are doing. You cannot stay with her watching a cartoon, and maybe she's not understanding. So sometimes it's not happiness, but if you know where you are going, you accept also sad times. I decided to not have a family, so I don't have joy from that. So my passion, my projects are what make me happy. About my family, of course, but
No, you mean
I mean,
that not to have personal family like a partner and all that.
kids.
Yes, yes. It's
Yeah.
a personal choice, and I don't think it's a problem today. Is it? Do you think you being as I don't know if you're single, but you being a single lady and not married, does it affect your work when men look at you like, oh, she just Like you say, they let you do what you do, but does he add, do you think it will add extra flavor, extra respect to you if they realize that she's married?
Well, you know, now
Yes, I know you're laughing. Yeah.
now I make you laugh because when people start to know me and they obviously ask me questions and they say, "You married? No. Ever been married? No. Do you have kids?
No.
No. I have a dog. Are you working? Yes. I'm economically independent. Oh, do you have a house? No, I rent a house. I don't have a house. So I'm completely free like a bird. So then they look at me and say, "What's wrong with you?"
I asked that question because I know the city we are in, and I'm like, if you're single, there's something going on, and if you're married, it's okay. There's always a thing.
Why she is single?
Yes, I know. Well, I'm happy that you are in a state of satisfaction and happiness. Please, if you have any questions, this is the time to ask it. And it's really been very delightful because this interview, we pull it down and then it's transitioned or kind of taken to YouTube. So it will be there if you want to watch the replay and send to your friends. This is, you will get it off the link on YouTube by midnight. So, anyways, it's been quite interesting, and I don't want to pry so much, but I just can't help it to ask you all those questions because I feel like, regardless of how, when we see finished work, we need to remember that there's a journey and story behind every finished work. Hence, why I wanted to know how you have come to become. And I love the fact that at the end of the day, you are satisfied, you are happy, and happiness can always frustrate, and that's okay. You talking about my daughter, yes, I promised her I will do hide and seek this night before she goes to bed, but because because we came back late, I couldn't do it before the interview. I had to force her to sleep. So, did it make me feel okay? No. Did I feel bad about it? Yes. But there's nothing, it's just the way it is. I have to explain to her that situation it is what it is, and we gotta do what we have to do. So they have to learn young. But I'm so happy you joined in today. Is there any advice you would give any lady, any man, anybody out there, thinking so much or too much to take action and not looking for opportunity? Because for me, I see you as you saw that me for me, this is the key word. Like you were able to see, and then you took it.
Yeah.
This is the big deal, in my opinion. So, what's your advice to someone out there?
Well, my advice, for example, is I can share with you my way of taking the decision because most of the time I have to take them on my own, and it would be nice to have a brainstorming with friends or colleagues. But my project, as I explained, is my own journey. So I take a piece of paper. I put a line in the middle, and I put the positive aspect and the negative aspect of my decision. I don't think I write and then I just close the paper and I leave it one day, so it becomes quite impersonal. And then I read it again, so you have quite clearly the situation in front of your eyes, and so then you can decide, I'll do it, or it's better if I plan it in another way. And for me, it really
Very
works.
good, but also, too much sharing to outsiders kind of bring too many thoughts in your head, and then you end up making the wrong decision or, yeah, right one. But this is a very good tip. Thank you so much. I will apply it, I promise you. That's a very good one. Well, thank you so much for joining, and I hope to see you soon, and I'll come to your golf class one of these Sundays, and I'll post it here. So,
So, girls, we will send you a picture together on the golf course. It's a promise.
I promise now I have to do it. Yes.
Well,
Thank
thank
you so
you for
much.
having me. Thank
I will
you.
come. I think Olivia would love it as well. We will definitely come. Thank you.
Well, if the audience want to know a little bit more about me, I'm Physio Marbella on
Yes.
Instagram, and you can contact me and ask me anything about golf, life, whatever I can share and help. I'm happy.
Absolutely, absolutely. Please follow at PhysioGov Marbella, and you're also on the website. You have your website, of course, www.physiogovmarbella.com, right? Yes. So
Yes.
anything that you have, any question that you ask, in fact, if you ask me here, I will always direct you. We support each other, and it's really yes. Thank you at Physio. Yes.
Thank you.
Now,
Thank you all.
yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Have a very good night. See you soon.